Hi guys, my name is Jackie. This is Jackie Does Keto. I post grocery hauls, I do weekly weigh-ins, and I do 4 days of eating and all those things. I follow a keto-ish lifestyle. I'm trying to be more and more strict, and over the coming weeks hopefully you'll see some of that as well. And today I'm coming at you with 3 grocery hauls. I did a couple after work during the week and then one yesterday. Today's Sunday. I get my groceries on a Saturday, so I'll show you my grocery haul from yesterday. I'll show you my plan as well for the week, and also what I'm up to in the kitchen today. Today's Sunday, so I'm going to get cooking, get myself ready. And I am changing up a little bit for the next week, following some great suggestions from you guys, because you guys give me the best support. I really do appreciate it. I'm putting in more leafy greens and ditching some of the higher carb stuff. Even though what I was eating fits my macros, I do not feel that my weight loss progress is where it should be, and I want better results for the energy that I'm putting into my journey. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm going to be bringing my calories down from between 1800 and nearly 2000, right down to about the 1500 to 1600 level. I got some guidance on an app called Keto Diet app. I'll leave a link below. I found it really interesting. If anything, there's just some fab recipes on there, so you might find it helpful as well. I'll just leave a link to the blog with all the different links, apps and stuff on there. There is a charge for the full app, but there's a basic free version and also the blog which you can browse through as well. So I'm going to crack on. I'll show you my hauls, I'll show you my prep, and let's get on with the week. So it's Tuesday night, and just thought I would post about this. I picked up some yellow stickers, and they're all keto friendly, which doesn't happen super often, but it's really going to drive my meal planning for this week because it's going to be a total bug. So I think obviously the lunches for next week, some nice good oily fish. I've got some whipping cream. You can freeze cream. It can be a bit bitty when you defrost it, but for 59p I don't mind. I only have it in coffee anyway. And I've got a couple of packs of pork mince, which is pretty good. So this is definitely going to be part of my meal planning, so I'm pretty excited about that. And picked up a couple more yellow stickers on the way home, which were really good deals. Basically chicken crowns, legless chickens. For $1.14. Look at the price, the original price. That's just shocking, isn't it? And this reduced to 64p, which is going to be just a nice one-person deal. So today's Thursday, so that is my yellow stickers for today. And this is the keto haul from Sainsbury's. Not so much here this week because I've only had 2 lots this week, as you saw. So starting from here, I've got some salady bits, more for my partner probably, but I might have some because he's trying to cut fat, come back on some of the fat he's eating. It's not making him feel too good, so we're going to try and be healthy eating for my partner. I've got a chicken for cooking tomorrow. I ordered a large and they sent me a small, obviously. And just some chicken breast for something in the week, something for my partner probably. Got the chicken seasoning to try. I've never had it before, and just to sprinkle on the chicken before I cook it. I've got another greaseproof paper. This is quite expensive. It's like £2.50. I think it's quite expensive. Is that my imagination? I don't know. I think I've only bought 2 in my life. I don't know. I've got 2 packs of these little farmer sausages, which are quite nice and lean. As I'm looking to reduce my calories next week, so I want to look stuff that's a bit more lean. My partner wanted some soy sauce because I think he used the last of it in a stir fry, but you can't really get coconut aminos here. I know you're supposed to use those instead, but I'll see. Some more sour cream, another almond milk, so I might have some of my keto cereal. There'll be a link to that below there is a link below. I'm not sure about that. I'm still looking at my meal plan. Got some tomato and herb. I'm making my partner a pasta bake, but I might save a little bit in the bottom for a recipe for meal prepping tomorrow. Got bacon and eggs for that nice leanness next week, and also some cream cheese. I think I'm going to be making some calzone dumpling kind of things, and 2 huge things of kale. I think I've only eaten kale twice in my whole life, but there you go. Maybe I'll make it a 3rd. Again, nice leafy greens. Took some advice from you guys from last week about more greenery, thinking it might help my journey. So let's talk meal planning. Next week, my plan is to reduce my calories down. That's about 1500. Still working out how that's going to look, but I've done some meal planning and hopefully this should work out a bit better. So for my meal plan, I'm having 2 eggs for breakfast. I'm ditching my nuts, so No more nuts apart from almonds, which will be in almond flour or almond milk. All the other peanuts, cashews, all those ones which are very questionable on keto, they are gone. So I'm not having any of those. And we've been finding they've been making me quite bloated. So I think it's probably a good idea to take a break from them anyway. Gonna have some chicken, just some cooked chicken. I grabbed these two on your sticker, which you saw on my haul, for a cracking price. So I'm just gonna cook them up tomorrow. We'll just chop them up and have those for my snacks for the week, like a mid-morning snack. Just put them in a box and just help myself. I've got quite a lot of cheese to get rid of. My partner's cut back on cheese. He's finding it's giving him a bad stomach, which means I've got an excess of cheese. I did buy these cheesy snacks this week, so I'm going to cube my own and take those. One of the things I'm going to be cooking this week are feta cheese dumplings. So I've got a block of feta. I've got some pickled peppers, or roasted peppers. Got some olives, so I'm going to make some calzones. And I'm also going to be making, for my lunches, pork balls with kale. So I've got 2 packages of pork, again on really good price. I don't think I'm going to use all of it, so I'm going to cook it all. And I might probably end up freezing quite a bit of it, or half of it maybe, to see just check the calories and see how they work out for me. So yeah, it's going to be pesto balls, so to speak. Obviously loads of garlic, because I put garlic in everything. And then for the week, I'm going to just go whatever's in my freezer. I want to clear some space in the freezer. So I've got things I've cooked in the past. It looks very exciting. It's all freezer meals. Cod and a cheesy sauce. I've got Italian chicken with cauliflower rice. I've got a chilli in there I forgot about with cauliflower rice. I've got chicken with celeriac fries. And one of those creamy pork casseroles from last week I've got kicking about. I'm not sure about Saturday yet. Keeping my options open. But I think I'm going to buy gammon and do just pulled gammon in the slow cooker next weekend, just for a few days worth of meals. Gammon's getting a bit more expensive now, but I want to make it a few days. And that's the recipe I'm going to be using for the chicken pesto meatballs. I'll be leaving a link below, and there'll also be links below to things like my calzone moulds and bowls and things that I will be using. So first things first, for the meal prep, I'm going to get the easier stuff out of the way. I'm going to cook these 2 chicken joint things that I bought on the fabulous yellow sticker in a week. Going to be my snacks. Just going to be gas mark 6 or 50 minutes. That's going to be nice and easy. Let it cool and chop it up for my snacks. Also got a couple of boxes of eggs. I'm going to be boiling up 10 in my huge pan. I cracked out the big pan. I'm going to cook 10 for the week. And I need a few left over for some of the recipes that I'm doing. And I'm also going to use this pan for my kale. I can't remember ever cooking kale, so I've had to actually Google it and what's nice. So I'll be cooking my big kale in a bit as well, and just get it out of the way. So I've decided to crack on with my next thing, which is the pork balls. This recipe was kind of inspired by 2 things. One is that I had mince, and I didn't want to sit in the freezer, because my freezer is getting to that max density again, which is one of the reasons why I want to clear out all my freezer meals. I want to make some space, because in a couple of weeks my stepson's here and he likes specific things like pizza and stuff that 12-year-old boys like, and so I need a bit of space, so I didn't want them to sit there. So that's being used. The other reason why is I've got pesto, so I thought pesto balls, let's do it. Found this recipe. It is, I couldn't work out where it's from. It's actually from that Diet Keto app. I found it actually on Pinterest, coincidentally. It does use chicken in this recipe, which would make this leaner, but obviously this is 20% fat pork. I'm going to be roasting it in the oven though on parchment paper, which should bring the fat levels down some. Essentially it is mince, pesto, almond flour, salt and pepper, and an egg. So again, like simple recipes. So, but I'll link it below if I can find it actually on the blog. So I'm going to be making all it. Also, I'm using a little bit more pesto because I'm using more mince. So I'm just going to plumb this into the app. I am migrating away from MyFitnessPal onto the Keto app just for this week to see how I like it. So I'm going to plumb all that in. I'm aiming to get 15 balls, if I can, to have three per day for lunch. This is going to be my lunch. I'm going to use this ice cream scoop. So hopefully they'll be nice and even. And so yeah, aiming for 15, see how that looks. So I'm going to get on, put it all together, plumb it in and see what it spits out. I ended up getting 33 meatballs out of this, which is a lot better than I'd anticipated, and the carbs and things look a lot nicer. So each ball is 112 calories and I think 0.4 carbs, but that obviously those calories from fat do assume that there's no fat's going to come off this, and fat will dissipate onto the parchment paper because it will just, a lot of it will go, so it will be a bit less than that. So I'm thinking 3 of these with my cow would make a nice lunch. So I'm going to pop these in the oven now. I think it says about half an hour, but I'm just going to keep my eye on it. So I'm going to cook up my cow now. I don't think I've ever cooked it before. I can remember. So I'm just going to boil it in my pan. I've got some vegetable stock in there as well. Also, what I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to, once I've cooked our roast chicken for dinner, I'm going to put the carcass and loads of frozen veggies that scraps I've been keeping, throw it in a slow cooker to make my own chicken broth. So, and I might use some of the water left over from there as well. So I'm going to put the trimmings in here and some of the veggies from the freezer. So I've got my cow stems. I've also took the chicken crowns that I cooked, just the juices from the bottom of there, thrown them in. This is what I've collected for about 3 or 4 weeks, just all the vegetable scraps. As long as it's not off mould or anything like that, I've just shoved it in here. So onion skins, garlic skins, cabbage, the radishes and stuff. I've also found, I'm never going to use it, a very badly frozen half a coleslaw mix from like last summer. I'm just going to throw that in there as well because there's carrots and stuff in there. When I have it, I'm going to strain it off, so it won't have any of the veggies in it. It'll just be the stock. So I'm going to leave this in here to defrost and have the carcass in a bit later. Now I'm going to make my little dumpling empanadas rolly things. I've made just a very basic fathead dough with mozzarella and things. You can look up a fathead dough recipe. I didn't put any baking powder in it because I don't want this to rise, because they're going to be basically calzones. I'm going to be using these little moulds. And I made up the dough, and in the ingredients I'm going to use what I have. So I've got a whole block of this fake Greek cheese. I've got some roasted peppers, which I thought would be nice. I've got some olives stuffed with garlic, I thought would be nice. And I've used some of this chorizo as well, salt and pepper. And I've also got a rogue bit of spinach. I just blasted that in the microwave for a little bit. I'm going to chop it up before I put it in my bowl, make up a little blend and see how much I've got. I don't know, obviously, how much mixture. Hopefully I'll get a few. I'm going to be using these little dumpling molds that I got from Amazon a couple of months ago. Empanadas, dumplings, calzones, whatever you want to call them. You get 4 little sizes, and I think I'm going to go for this size because I think I'd rather have more of the smallers. So basically I'm going to roll my dough out, flip it over, use it as like a cutter, and then put the mixture in and fold it and put it in the oven. You have to be careful not to roll it too thin, otherwise when you fold it, it tears. So I'm going to be working on that now and just see how many I can get out of my ingredients. These are just arrived from Amazon. I'm going to give these a wash and use them this week. I bought them for soups because these are labelled as like leak proof in a lot of the comments on Amazon, which is going to be helpful for when I take my stuff to work. So I am going to use these for my meatballs, I think. I'll leave a link below though if you want to try these ones out. I have them in a taller version as well for like storing stews and things. And they are really, really good. They're a bit more expensive, but I do recommend them. I think these are like £6, but they are really, really good. So here's the first batch of my dumpling things. They kind of spread out a little bit and got a bit oozy. I'm not the neatest person. I ended up making 26. The rest are in the oven just finishing off. And they work out 60 calories and half a carb each. It's under actually 0.4 carbs each. So I think I'm going to have 3 with my eggs in the morning for breakfast. And here is the final spread of everything I've got for the week coming up. I've got my 5 cow and pork meatball bowls for my lunch. I'm going to probably put some sour cream in there on the morning to keep it a little bit of moisture. They look good. I've got my eggs, mangled a little bit. I've got just leftover chicken from dinner, which we just had, which is always handy to have extra roast chicken. And the chicken I actually cooked from those crowns I've squeezed in there. I've got spare meatballs as well for another time, which is really handy. And I've also got my little pastries, so I'm going to have 3 of those along with my eggs for breakfast. and that is the breakfast and lunch prep. I'll be eating out of my freezer, as I've mentioned, so I've already shown those previous videos before, but feel free to scroll back and look at some of my previous meal planning videos. And that's it for my prep for the week. That's all I've got for you this week, guys. I hope that's been helpful. Thank you everyone again for all of your help. I'm absolutely bushed, so I'm going to go and have a shower, paint my nails, play some Fortnite and chill out. Looking forward to next week. So I'm looking at around about that 15 to 1600, which at the moment, with everything I've showed you and the meals I've already got prepped, I'm hitting about 1450, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room. And I'm only on about 15 carbs, so again I've got some more wiggle room there if I wanted to add maybe a bit of salad into my main meal. That'd be a really nice choice to have. But thank you so very much for joining me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys for the weekly weigh-in and my full day of eating, so I'll let you know what I think of all this stuff that I've cooked, and I'll see you in the next one.